took me some time to realize this, but I want to talk about it. That your reality is a reflection of how you see yourself, your self-concept. So in today's episode, I want you to understand how the way you see yourself actually shapes up to become your reality. Now, I don't want to lie that I read books, but I read summaries. So there is a summary of a book I read and listened to, The Secrets of Successful Selling by John D. Murphy. So John D. Murphy, in this book, he tells a story about a sales consultant. And for better context, this was like in the 1950s. So this sales consultant, I'll call him John. So John was a good sales consultant, and every year he used to make sales up to $5,000. His company used to send him out to teach salesmen to make more money. But every year, he would only make $5,000 in sales. Yes, $5,000 in sales. And this guy had conditioned his mind that he's a $5,000 guy every year. He was put in the worst parts of the country, but he could still make $5,000 in sales for their products, for that company. Put in the best where there are more opportunities for him to make even more sales, he would still come up with 5,000. Even when he was in the best of the best environments, he still made 5,000. And why? Because his self-concept was that I'm a $5,000 guy per year. So for him, that was his self-concept. And little did he know that the company was increasing the sales commission for other people. But every year, he would still get that. Even in the good places, there was an excuse for him. Once, before the year is to end and he has made $5,000, he would fall sick abruptly. And the guy, at the end of that year, 5,000. Everything, his behavior, his attributes and everything was rotating around his concept that for him, as himself, he was going to only make $5,000 per year. So, what does this story bring to your mind? It's that what you say about yourself, what you believe, or what you think about yourself translates a lot to your reality. If you think, I'm a $5,000 guy every year, you'll always be that. Everything around your life will push for that goal only. If you think you're not good enough, the world is going to present things to you to reaffirm for you your self-concept. Thoughts in a relationship. If you think for you, relationships are not a good guy at relationships, you're not what? Life is going to bring, you're going to be just in a good relationship, but you're already thinking, no, I'm not good with these things, I'm not good with these things, because that's your self-concept about relationships. How you're thinking about it, it's now becoming your reality. The thoughts, they're going to become your reality. Your lady, or let me say your husband, will do something very small. And because your concept about that, your self-concept about that is channeled in that negative direction, then that relationship will fail. Same thing about money. If you think about money differently, personally, me, I think about money. And I thank God about this. I think money is a tool to help you better your life, to help you move forward. It's not something that is hard to get anymore, because to me, I believe it's a tool now. It's something that is going to help me move further. So I always find ways to make money come to me. The same thing with work. If you think your bosses, you are created to get only bad bosses, even a good boss will become a bad boss to you, because your self-concept thinks, or your thoughts, or your reflection, or what you think about yourself is now becoming your reality. So the fiction you have in your mind becomes what we see in action. If you think about laziness, if you think about not being productive enough, you think you're not good enough, you're not going to produce good enough results, because your mind, your behaviors are tuned in to that frequency, whatever that is coming through your mind. And why I confirm that all this happens is because all this happens because of your mind, is because the reality that you have comes from within. Something different cannot come, because it won't align. It won't align with what you think. What I can say is that guys who think they are not good enough, if they promoted you tomorrow and you feel you're not good enough, you're going to lose the promotion. Why? Because it's different. It's a different frequency in your life. So now the thing is that the inside of you, there is one thing that can never be touched, and that is the core you. The core you cannot be touched. But these things that you're thinking about, the things that the mind, the thoughts that you're having that are creating this new reality, those can be changed. But the inside can never be changed. And the inside comes pure. The inside comes okay. But because our self-concept is from our experiences, how we come up in life, that's why the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad tells us that if you have a poor dad, do not be rich. It's very hard for a poor guy to teach you to be rich, because they don't know the secrets of being rich. The self-concept there is that their thoughts and everything, their reality is around being broke. So it can never shape up to being rich. Most times it will not. Sometimes it will, but the lucky times. And that is because you have chosen to change your self-concept. In fact, exactly what I'm talking about. When you try to change it, because there is an inner core of you that never changes. When you try to change what you're thinking, how you're building up your life, things like listening to this podcast, you're trying to change your life for better. Your self-concept is influenced to start thinking right, to start thinking in abundance. And once this is worked on, then all the questions in your life start to become right all the time. So, one thing you should know, that if you believe something about yourself, life and its scenarios are going to come up to justify what you're saying in your mind, be it good or bad. Most times, if it's bad, more things are going to justify. Though if you think your boss is going to treat you a given way, scenarios are going to come for that boss to treat you that given way. there is no way you're going to escape it, because your mind is looking out for it. That's the funny thing about the mind. Mind is looking out for it. If you think your boss is going to be a bad person, once your boss comes in and does not greet you and just sits on their table, your mind will click, that's a bad boss, he doesn't even greet. Yet, probably the guy is stressed in his own world, he's trying to beat some deadlines. Guys, so what you should know, the value of what I'm trying to say is that every thought, the world is going to reinstate it to become true to you, your belief to become true. Your mind is like a radio. So whichever frequency you try to tune in, or whichever station you tune in, that's the station you will listen to. Whatever thing you tune in your life to, that's what you will listen to. That's what your life will become. That's what your reality will be. So, I want to challenge you. If you are listening to the wrong frequency, please tune to the right frequency. If you are in a situation whereby your self-concept has been damaged by your past experiences, your friendships, how things worked out then, please tune in to have a better understanding of your self-concept, a better line of thought for yourself. Block out all the nasty experiences. Block out all the nasty things that are going to make your mind cause a negative reality. And then better yourself, because your reality is based on how you think about yourself. If you think you're rich, chances are you will become rich, because the world is going to start to align to your thought. And you're not going to just start thinking, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. No. You have to think it, believe it, live it, and things will start to pattern up, because the world responds, the universe responds to frequency. The universe responds to the things you surround yourself with. And then you'll come back to thank me. But anyway, if you have listened to this episode up to this point, I want you to leave a comment, because I have something for you. And I'm going to reward my listeners for the first time ever, because I've reached episode 14. That's quite a milestone. Those are 14 Mondays I've been there for you. And so I want to be there for you in, how can I explain it? In for you. So if you've reached this point, send me a text or send me something to show that you reached this point. I'll get to know whether you reached this point. So that's it for today. If you love this episode, please share it with your friends. Let's change our self-concept, because our reality is shaped by how we think about ourselves. Thank you. Have a nice time. Until next Monday, keep it Bezos Chivozi.